Do you have a professional hole in your heart, a void inside where you're not doing the work that you're meant to? You might have been on this corporate career path for years, and sure, it provided a great foundation, and maybe it lit you up before, but it no longer does. It feels empty, and you're just going through the motions. And you might have tried a few other things on the side, but that didn't do the trick either. The fire is gone. We need to bring that fire back. It is vital to your growth, to your trajectory in your career, and therefore to your life. So, we're going to dive in exactly today on how to bring that fire back, how to fill that hole in your heart from a professional standpoint so that you feel full and alive. Let's dive in. Growing up, society taught you to follow the script by choosing a career path and climbing the ladder. But for many people, this promise falls flat. Work suffocates them and life becomes painful. Here, you're trapped in what I call the corporate cage. Fortunately, there's a way out. You can take control of your corporate job and unlock a life of freedom. I call this living uncaged. Hi, this is your host, Matt Doan. I'm a coach, creator, and entrepreneur. Uncaging people is my mission because it's been my exact life journey. This show provides you the stories, principles, and tactics to make it happen. Welcome to Uncage Yourself. Do you feel empty inside when you go to work? When you do anything professional, does it feel like there's a hole in your heart, like something is missing and it gnaws at you day after day, week after week? You're not excited going into the work week, and you might have been before, but it's not there. You're going through the motions. You're doing it, say, for your family because it makes sense, because it's logical, because I can't give this up. And I'm not implying that you should give up what you have. Let's say you've been on this corporate career path for 15 years and it's given you a great foundation. It's not terrible. It's not destroying you. It might feel fine and it's got good utility. There's a lot you can do to mix that up and make that better. But there's still a hole in your heart. That's the point that I'm getting to right now. That we can't continue on just existing with no fire in our soul with our work. Most people that I work with need to be doing great work in this world from a professional standpoint. They're not content with just being with family, which is wonderful. They're not content with just being healthy on the outside of work, having great friends, or traveling. Those are all wonderful components. At the same time, they're wired for work. We're human. We're meant for that. We're actually here to do work of some sort. Sometimes that's parenting. Sometimes that's volunteer work. Sometimes that is diving into the professional business world. It can look different for different people. But you've got to ask yourself, I've been on this path for years, right? Am I still feeling it? Most people say no. There's a hole in their heart. We need to address it because that flame is dead. You feel trapped. You need to light that flame up again and turn it into a roaring bonfire where you feel excited about work. You're meant to do great work, right? But your current job, your current path right now, you might not be making any impact at all. And it feels soul sucking. We can't have that. You're meant for more and you know it inside because you have this hole in your heart. Hey, do you have an impressive career on paper, but inside you feel trapped? Is this situation hurting your home life? If so, I'd like to show you exactly how to leverage your corporate career to build entrepreneurial freedom. Head on over to uncagedworkshop.com. There you'll find a short video training for how to create a new work-life chapter that rapidly boosts your freedom, income, and impact, all in service of a life that'll make your future self and your family proud. So head on over to uncagedworkshop.com. All right, back to the show. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to leave what you've got going right now. You can maintain, say, your current corporate job, turn that on autopilot, reduce the time energy spent there, and conserve it and point that energy at something else that's exciting for you. I'd like you to think of the portfolio career. This is a great view of, think of it as a pie where 100% of that pie to date might have been your corporate path, all in on that job or the set of jobs that you've had over time on this one default path. Now I'm saying, let's slice that up. Take the pie, cut it in half, cut it in thirds. How do you start to reallocate your energy into different components of the pie? So, one third of that pie might still be your corporate job. Cool. It's providing foundation, utility, benefits for your family. But then maybe there's one or two other areas you want to allocate energy to because A, it could be something that lights you up and makes you excited, which is vital. We need that in our life. We need energy. And B, it could be very lucrative. It could be your off ramp out of corporate entirely. So I want you to think of the portfolio career. How do you develop that to enable more entrepreneurial freedom in your life? So that's point one. Point two is when people are stuck and they don't like their corporate path anymore, a common move is to go look into passive income. I hear this all the time. People come to me and say, Matt, I don't like my corporate career anymore. So I've started investing in real estate, or I'm going to start a franchise business, or I'm going to buy a laundromat or some ATMs, some boring businesses that give me cash flow. They think that their path out of pain, their path to freedom is passive income. And rightly so. That makes sense, right? If I get more income from another stream or multiple streams, then I'll feel free. I'll feel less dependent on this soul sucking job that no longer lights me up. So maybe you've done that. You've bought a few real estate properties, converted those into Airbnbs, or you're into multifamily syndication, or you bought a commercial cleaning business, or you started a gym franchise. And you thought these models are going to give me freedom because I don't feel it inside. I need something more. This is where I get feeling excited again. Great. Okay. You get these things in motion. Maybe you'll start to generate cash 3, 5, 10 years from now. That's often the time frame. But here's the deeper issue with that play when you go into passive income. Number one is it's not passive at all. It takes a ton of work. Whatever facet you get into, it takes a ton of work. But the more sinister part of this whole situation is that most people don't like the work at all. It feels like a second job to them. So during the day, they're doing a corporate job they don't like. And during the nights and weekends, they're running a quote cash flow business that they don't enjoy either. So they still have the void in their heart. That hole still exists. Now, yes, you might be getting good income across the board in these multiple slices of your pie, but something still is missing. And this is very dangerous if you let it fester. Your heart starts to grow darker each day. That darkness floods your days. It floods your long term outlook, how you think things will unfold. It floods your children's eyes because they feel your darkness and your lack of joy. It hurts your marriage. It hurts your ability to just grow as a human and test yourself and push yourself. Problem is, you've been doing things that are so logical for so long. That corporate path feels so logical. I can't let go of that. These passive income streams seem so logical. I can't let go of that. I get it. I get it, my friend. But we can't always lead with our head. We have to allow our heart to come into play because when our heart feels alive, we're doing something, even if it's a couple hours a day on something we really care about, we love, and creates impact that we were born to do and we were put on this earth. That is the fuel for everything else. Then it puts everything else into context where you're doing a corporate job or you're building some passive income and it's fueled by this energy you're getting in some other work. So maybe coaching and mentoring is something that's always been a part of what you love doing, but you've never had the opportunity, the platform to do that. So maybe you create a small coaching business on the side, helping a group of people that really touches your heart, that you know you can really help. Maybe it's in health and wellness or spirituality or even something in how they're doing their business. In reality, if you can help them and you spend a few hours a week doing that, even, right? And you get some money for it too, because it shows an exchange of value and it tells your mind what's possible into the future that I could do this on a bigger scale. That fills you up. And then you show up at your day job and it feels less oppressive. It feels better, lighter. You are lighter because you've done something in your day that makes you feel alive, purposeful, impactful. And then you have more energy for that passive income stuff too, because you know, as you do the day job, as you do the passive income stuff, even if you don't like that work, it's all to serve the other work you've built. This coaching business, for example, might turn into something that's a full scale movement, might turn into a massive business someday that you love doing, that you can see yourself jumping out of bed on a Monday morning, doing every single day with joy and passion. But step back for a second. Go back to that pie concept when you close your eyes. Right now, I'm going to imagine you either have a pie that is 100% of your day job or it's split between day job and something else logical like a boring business, a franchise, or thinking about passive income through real estate. Those are all logical plays. You need something in that pie that fills the hole in your heart, gets you excited again, because that's the catalyst for success in every other area right now. Okay. So I want you to think about this. How do you bring this into your world? It's your missing puzzle piece right now to happiness and wealth. You cannot ignore this feeling inside. You will regret it. It's been there for a while, I'm guessing. You need to be doing great work in this world from a professional standpoint to feel alive. At least everybody that listens to this show, they have that need inside of them. And when you do it well, every other professional aspect of your life goes well. And you know what? You show up better at home. You're happier, you're healthier, you're energized. They look at mom or dad and they say, "Oh, they got that spark back in their eye. Mom, Dad, tell me about what you're doing." And then you get to tell them. You get to tell them about the mission you're running, what you're doing professionally, and how it serves other people, and how it supports your family. So just go there for a moment. We can't just live in the land of logical forever. We need to build something and add it into our professional portfolio, something that fills your heart. Fill that hole in your heart. Now, nearly everybody I work with has this hole in their heart. They know it needs to be filled. And the way we jumpstart filling this when I work with people is by booking a breakthrough call. So head on over to matthewdoan.com/talk to book that call. It's the entryway that all of my clients go through in order to make rapid progress in a hurry on this front. So step back, ask yourself, do I have a professional hole in my heart? If so, it's only going to get worse. We need to fill it with something we love. Start to create a pie, a work situation, a portfolio that really builds on each other. It's got a mix of logical and passion all mixed together. And you can get there by uncovering what you love doing, who you're meant to serve, and then you go after it with structure, with accountability, make progress day after day. I promise you, it is so valuable. Take this chance on yourself. It is everything. We'll chat soon.
Hey, Matt here. Thanks for listening to Uncage Yourself. For show notes and more content like this, head over to uncageyourself.fm. And if you liked what you heard, I'd appreciate you leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Until next time, be well, my friend.